Hello students, welcome to the class. We are starting a fresh new chapter, that is wave and sound. So we are trying to discuss the fresh new chapter, that is wave and sound. Wave and sound. The first question arises that what is wave? What is wave? The answer to this question, what is wave, is basically a fundamental question that should be understood by every student who wants to understand wave. Wave is basically the transfer of energy and momentum from one part of the medium to the other part without actual transfer of mass. This is the basic definition of wave in physics that we have to read. So, wave is a disturbance in which transfer of energy and momentum takes place from one part of medium to other part without transfer of mass, or medium. This is basically the definition of wave that we have to read in physics. Now let us try to understand what does it mean actually. You might have observed that if a bed sheet is there and under that bed sheet if there is a mouse and that mouse is running from one side to the other side of the bed sheet, then it is not the bed sheet that goes from one part to other part, but there is a structure that moves from one part of the bed sheet to the other part. That structure which moves from one part to the other part, that is basically wave. So bed sheet has not gone, but the wave has transferred, but the energy has transferred, energy and momentum has transferred from one side of the bed sheet to the other side. The another example we can take also, that in this way, that suppose here is a pool of water and we have dropped a stone. That means we are supplying an energy. So you will observe that circular ripples in this way. Circular ripples in this way are going towards the outward direction. So what is going outward? What is running outside? It is the energy. It is the energy that is going outside, and that is wave. So you will observe that in this way the wave is going in this way. The wave is going in this way. If you put a cork here, you will observe that this cork is only performing simple harmonic motion about its mean position, but this is not going out. This is basically the transfer of energy and momentum from one part. The disturbance we have created here, and this disturbance has gone here, here, and in this way it is going outside. So this is also an example of wave. Also you can understand that there are situations when energy and momentum is transferred but there is no wave situation. What is that situation? Let us try to understand. Let us take an example that on a smooth surface there is a mass m. There is a mass m and we have given v velocity to the mass, so that the momentum is mv, mass is m, and kinetic energy is half mv square. This is a frictionless surface. It has reached from point A to point B. Here you see, it has reached from point A to point B. Here also momentum is mv and kinetic energy is half mv square. What you will observe, that transfer of energy and momentum has taken place from one place to another place, but here is transfer of mass m also. Mass has also been transferred, so this is not wave. This is not wave. Why? Why this is not wave? Because transfer of energy and momentum has taken place, but the transfer of mass has also taken place, so it is not a wave. Now take another example, that here the different cycles are in the stand. In a stand, different cycles are there arranged in a row, and if I disturb this cycle, then what will be the result? It will disturb this cycle, 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 this will be disturbing this cycle, this will be disturbing this cycle, and ultimately it will fall down. So what we observe, the energy and momentum has transferred here, but the mass has not transferred. So transfer of energy and momentum has taken place, but mass has not moved, and when mass has not moved, this is the example of wave. This situation we can take as the wave. Different cycle have fallen down, but this cycle has not left its position, this cycle has not left its position, and in this way this is a wave. So energy and momentum has transferred without the actual transfer of mass, so this can be treated as wave. Now rumor is also a type of wave. Some news, some views, some idea, some concept that has been generated, and that spreads in the whole society and in the whole world without the actual man. One man does not go from one place to another place and then tells to each one. So it has spread in this way, and this can be treated as a wave. This can be treated as a wave. So rumor is also an example of wave, but basically in physics we are concerned with only those waves in which transfer of energy and momentum has taken place without actual transfer of mass. Mass needs not to be transferred. This is the example of wave that we have understood, and we have seen that on the surface of water also the wave is generated. The light is also wave. So something changes with time. With that, something changes. In wave motion, so energy and momentum gets transferred from one part of the medium to the other part. So this way I hope that you have understood the concept of wave. What is wave? So wave is a disturbance. Sometimes it can be pressure also, sometimes it can be displacement also, sometimes it can be density also. So wave is a disturbance. That disturbance goes from one part to the other part without actual transfer of mass or medium. Let us now try to understand the types of waves. See, waves are divided on different bases. What does it mean by basis? Basis means the platform on which we divide. Suppose I divide the whole group of students into two groups. One who is black faced, dark faced, and one who is white faced. So this is one basis on which I have divided the group of students. Other method can be one who is wearing watch in left hand and one who is wearing watch in the right hand. So in this way also we can divide the whole class of students into the groups. So we can compare in this way, but one basis and other basis cannot be compared. So it should be kept into mind. So now I want to classify the waves, and in the classification of waves basically we have to understand the different parts, that first basis that we want to divide the waves is on the basis of particle motion. Is on the basis of particle motion means, I mean to say that you have read in your junior classes also that transverse and longitudinal wave. So on the basis of particle motion, first wave we call as transverse wave. Transverse wave is basically that wave motion in which the velocity of particle is perpendicular to the wave velocity, wave propagation direction. Now here you have to understand very carefully that if a string I am taking and this string is fixed at this end, and I am generating a wave in it, then you will observe if I use a tape here or any, you will see that it will be doing vibration in this way only and wave is going in this way. So this is the velocity of wave and this is the motion of the particle. The particle is doing motion in this way. So if particle velocity Vp is perpendicular to wave velocity Vw, then this type of wave is known as transverse wave. In transverse wave example, you can take the wave generated on the string, or you can take the example to be the light wave. So light wave is also the transverse in nature. Second example of wave is your longitudinal wave. In longitudinal wave, the wave is generated in the form of compression and rarefaction. So here, if the wave is going in this way, you will observe that particle is vibrating in this way. See the particle vibration, and wave is going in this way, and particle is doing simple harmonic motion about its mean position. So velocity of particle is parallel or anti-parallel to wave velocity, that is Vw. This type of wave is known as longitudinal wave. Longitudinal wave, at some point of the medium the pressure or the density increases, and at some point of the medium the pressure or density decreases than the normal value. So it travels in the form of compression and rarefaction. So longitudinal wave travels in the form of compression and rarefaction, and its common example is your sound wave. Sound wave is basically your longitudinal wave, whereas the transverse wave travels in the form of, this uppermost point is known as crest and this lowermost point is known as trough. So the transverse wave travels in the form of crest and trough. Transverse wave travels in the form of crest and trough. So light is a transverse wave and sound is a longitudinal wave. in the discussion of wave, we have to read basically two things that is in our syllabus. One, wave on string, and second is there, that is sound wave. So this is the first basis. On the basis of the particle motion, we have divided the wave into two groups, that is transverse and longitudinal. On mechanical wave, and this is also called or electromagnetic wave, for which no medium is required. Here no medium is required. Now in this situation, example you can take light, X-ray and infrared ray, etc. So this is on the basis of the medium that we are taking. So mechanical wave, a material medium is required. This is the material medium is required for the mechanical wave, and non-mechanical wave, no medium is required. No medium is required for the non-mechanical wave. So this is on the another basis that we have to understand the mechanical wave and the non-mechanical. Third basis is there on the basis of energy propagation. On the basis of energy propagation, we have two types of wave. First is called progressive wave. Progressive wave. Progressive wave, in which energy moves in forward direction. So the common example that you can understand that energy is going, if the water is here and the ripples are being created, then you will observe that the energy is moving in this direction. So wave is moving, that means energy is moving. The running portion is the thing that runs is your energy. So this is your, or if you take this string, and you give the motion, then also the energy is going in this way and the wave is moving. So this is also the basis on which we divide. And another type of wave is there on the basis of energy propagation is your, stationary wave. In a stationary wave, the energy is confined between two regions. You see, the energy does not go from one part to another part, but it appears and disappears. For example, this is the wave and this is the wave. Here the energy is confined in this region. Energy is not going from outside this region. So energy is bounded between two fixed ends. So this type of wave is called a stationary wave, and we will read it in detail about the mathematical analysis all other things. Now what next I would like to tell you, these are the basis on which we have divided the waves. Now here a word is given, plane progressive harmonic wave. Harmonic wave is there. What is harmonic wave? Now try to understand the word harmonic wave. harmonic wave. Here you should understand it very carefully. In order to understand the wave chapter properly, you are supposed to read the simple harmonic motion in a very careful way, because that will help you in understanding the wave in a better way. So my request is there, first go through the simple harmonic motion and then see the wave. So I am talking about the harmonic wave. Suppose that here is a spring and this is the mass attached with the spring. So this is your mean position. This position is your mean position. Mean position. And this is the unstressed length, normal length of the spring. Now, if the spring is disturbed in this region from here to here, you see, try to understand. If it is disturbed from here to here, it will do simple harmonic motion in this way. It will do the simple harmonic motion in this way. So there is the simple harmonic motion, and if this string is attached to it, the wave will start going in this way. Now you see, the wave will start going in this way. Whatever is the amplitude of this, the same amplitude will be here also. And whatever is the frequency, so few terms are associated with wave. First term is your terms associated with wave. Now, I was talking about harmonic wave. So what is harmonic wave? If this source is performing SHM, simple harmonic motion, then the wave produced is simple harmonic wave. Then the wave produced is simple harmonic wave, and it is represented by sine wave. Now here one thing is very important to understand, that the shape of wave depends upon the nature of vibration of your vibrating body. I will talk about that also in detail, but here what I would like to tell you, if this particle is performing the simple harmonic motion attached with the spring, then few terms are there, terms associated with wave motion. What is that term associated with wave motion? Try to understand. First term, I will tell about the time period. Second term, I will take frequency. Time period I will represent by capital T. Frequency I will represent by F. And third, I will represent the wavelength. Now understand, if the wave goes from here to here to here to here, then in that time, if the particle does the oscillation in this way, then in that time the wave will go from this position to this position, and this distance is known as wavelength. And the time taken from here to here, here, this complete oscillation time is your time period T. So what I would like to tell you, in the time period T, the wave has covered a distance wavelength lambda. So in unit time period, it is covering a distance lambda by T, and 1 by time period is called frequency. So lambda into F, because 1 by T is equals to F. And in unit time, the distance traveled by wave is called what? It is called. So we are finally getting a formula, V is equals to F lambda. So we are getting a formula, V is equals to F lambda. What does it mean? Velocity is equals to frequency into wavelength. Velocity is equals to frequency into wavelength. Now you all should understand that this relation is very important, which you are knowing from your junior classes, that this relation exists between velocity, frequency and wavelength. I have said that the source is performing the simple harmonic motion, so the wave generated is called harmonic wave. And in general, sine wave we also called, because sine wave is simple to read and understand, therefore we will call the sine wave in this way. So these are the certain basic idea that you all should remember and you all should understand, and many things you are knowing from your junior classes also about this matter. So this is the fundamental basic introduction type lecture of your waves. I hope that you have understood this matter, and in detail, especially about the shape of wave and so shape of wave depends upon the nature of vibration of the oscillating body. This thing also I would like to write, that shape of wave depends upon the nature of vibration of the source. Here is the source. The source is performing simple harmonic motion, so it is high. Whatever is the time period of source, the same time period of wave. Whatever is the frequency of this oscillating body, same is the frequency of wave. And you should understand it very carefully. I am telling it again, that wave is moving in, this is your wave velocity, and particle is performing. If you will put a red tape here, you will see that it is doing in this way the simple harmonic motion as it is doing. If you fix here a red tape, this red tape will not go with the string, but only it will be doing the simple harmonic motion. So I hope that with this introductory discussion of wave, you might have understood something basic things about the wave, and that will be helpful in the further discussion of wave in the next class. So thank you. Have a nice day.